you need to know. Tune in for The Jill Dane Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on South Florida's Health and Wealth Network, AM 1470, WNN. The South Palm Beach County chapter of the National Parkinson Foundation fosters general awareness to the estimated 60,000 Parkinson disease patients living here in South Florida. The chapter strives to provide support, advocacy, activities, and community to PD patients and their families. And now they have a radio show right here on AM 1470 WNN. You can help. Contact their offices at 561-962-1702. And remember to listen to the Parkinson's Hour right here every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Hi, it's Jay Foster. Join us 7 days a week from 2 to 3 p.m. for Health Connection Radio. We'll talk about natural cholesterol control, toxic metal syndrome, how to reverse bone loss, and the latest scientific research on vitamins and minerals. We'll have fascinating guests, and we'll take lots of your calls, too. So join us 7 days a week from 2 to 3 p.m. for Health Connection Radio right here on WNN.
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, tune in to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. From erectile dysfunction to eczema, heartburn to headaches, carpal tunnel to how to lower cholesterol drug-free. Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
This is Talk 1470.
Talk 1470.
WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Pienso cada mañana cómo será el día de hoy, lo que me espera en cada paso que doy. Miro al espejo, sé lo que hay en mí, el mundo no sabe, por eso debo seguir, quiero seguir a donde yo puedo, todo lo puedo con corazón, voy a seguir a donde yo siento, todo lo siento.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing great out there. I'm Jessi Campo. I'm a singer, a songwriter, an artist, a music producer, and an artist development coach for young upcoming talent. And I'm here today with my show, Straight from the Heart. Hope you're out there, hopefully not in too bad of a traffic. And I am so glad to be here to share my show and also to have listeners call in and share their thoughts and how they inspire others. During the show, we talk about love, we talk about hope, we talk about inspiration and community service and how you live your life passionately. I know I live through music. I've been blessed to be able to live my life passionately and inspiring others through music and giving hope when it's needed. I think the best part of being a performer is when you get on a stage and you can see that one person out there in the audience that really needs to be uplifted by something you're saying or some positive words. And all of a sudden you see that big smile come on their face. And that makes being a performer a wonderful, wonderful thing. But going back to the show, Straight from the Heart, we're going to hopefully be hearing stories from people that contribute to the community or do something that helps others live passionately and follow their dreams. And speaking of people that talk about passion, that speak passionately, I remember when I was in high school, I'm going to date myself slightly, and it's all right. When I was in high school, I used to listen to a motivational speaker when I don't even think they called them motivational speakers at the time, but Leo Buscaglia was a speaker before motivational speakers were out and about. And he talked about love, how to spread love. It was not just, husband, wife, love, girlfriend, boyfriend. It was that universal, wonderful love. And I was looking through some of his videos today, which are now on YouTube, if you want to check him out. Leo Buscaglia, he talks about love. And he said, if people are unkind to you, have the courage to love them anyways. And isn't that the truth? So you're driving in traffic right now and you're listening to me on 1470 AM. or you're listening on your iHeartRadio app, and you're in traffic and somebody has just cut you off, please just smile. Turn around and be nice to them. It takes more courage to be nice. And like I said, people are unkind to you, have the courage to love them anyways. And speaking of hope, there are a lot of wonderful things that give us hope. Sometimes it doesn't have to be another human being, it actually could be a place. And I want to talk about a wonderful, fabulous, spiritual, enlightening, peaceful, rejuvenating trip that I took back in May of last year. I had the wonderful pleasure to travel down to Uruguay. That's how you say it in Spanish. Uruguay, and Uruguay in English. Uruguay. And to experience a beautiful, beautiful place. It was called Punta del Este. And it was surrounded by water. And the people were so nice and friendly. And the entire energy of this wonderful place in Uruguay made you feel peaceful. Almost like I wanted to retire there, in my later days in life. It was just that kind of serene feeling. So I'm sure that some of you out there have had that wonderful experience to be in a place that made you feel so peaceful, so calm. And that kind of feeling comes straight from your heart. Your heart does not lie. If you're feeling that perfect moment of serenity somewhere, your heart speaks to you. And as long as you don't let your mind get in the way, then, that message is coming straight from your heart. And so there are places that can sometimes make you feel that you're in the right heart space, as I would say. And that is a wonderful feeling. I remember last show when I was on, I mentioned I like going to YouTube and looking at different things. I suggested you go check out the hairstylist that on YouTube, he actually gives haircuts to homeless people in New York, in the streets of New York City. And that is a wonderful way to give back. Great community service. But I have another YouTube video for you. This YouTube video actually is a Pantene commercial. Because nowadays, if you actually look for inspiring, there's a lot of inspiration going on with commercials. And it was actually my brother who about a couple of years ago turned me on to commercials and these wonderful positive messages behind commercials. And there is a Pantene commercial. If you go on YouTube, look for Pantene, a very touching deaf violinist commercial. And the beauty about this commercial, and it's definitely was going to go straight to your heart. The beauty about this commercial is that this talented young violinist, all of a sudden, she's deaf and she starts playing music, and she gets bullied and she gets harassed, and she also has a really big obstacle to overcome, and somehow she manages to just go beyond herself, beyond the bullying, beyond all the challenges, and is able through a wonderful teacher, because teachers are and mentors are valuable to us in life. She finds a way to go ahead and play the violin at this competition. And I won't tell you the end of the story. You'll have to watch that YouTube video. Once again, it's a Pantene commercial. It's called A Very Touching Deaf Violinist Commercial. Go ahead and check it out. And that's going to hit you right here, right in the heart. Also, speaking of, because I'm going to be speaking about things that come straight from the heart that make you feel something, things that move you, things that give you hope, that give you inspiration, that also give you love. There is a movie during the holidays. I got a chance to watch a movie with my goddaughter, who's 7 years old, and we were wanting to watch a holiday movie, and there was a movie called Switchmas. What a beautiful, wonderful story to tell about taking cultures and bringing them together. There's nothing, I think, more beautiful than watching all the cultures come together, like in a big city like New York and Miami and Chicago. And during this movie called Switchmas, a young boy who is born Jewish into a Jewish family, decides he's always loved Christmas and he wants to put up a Christmas tree, but he's Jewish and his parents give him a hard time, and they send him away to go see his grandparents. And then another side of the country, there is a young Christian boy that he just doesn't want to be bothered kind of with, everything that's going on with the holidays. And somehow they meet in an airport, and the rest is a story you'll have to watch. The movie's called Switchmas, and they exchange roles and are able to experience things that normally, because of where they were born culturally, they would not had that wonderful experience. But I thought that was also something that really was a beautiful, heartfelt story. Later on in the show, we're going to definitely have a guest. So I hope you're listening and excited to hear that, because it is a wonderful, wonderful guest. And by the same token, wanted to also let you know that I am going to be performing sometime this Saturday out in Pompano. So those of you that want to come hear some of my heartfelt songs, definitely come out to Seaside Grill, and that is in Pompano, and probably around 7 p.m. You can come hear me do some of the music that you love, as well as some of the music that I write. And earlier on, as the show started, that song you listened to, Con Corazon, means from the heart, and that song is part of my CD called Con Corazon, which has some great songs about the heart and feeling and inspiration. And you can get my music on iTunes. You can get the music on listen to it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and also on CD Baby and Amazon.com. So if you like music that makes you feel good, like we were talking about that feel good movie, Switchmas, definitely check it out, and you'll definitely have a great time listening to some songs that keep you inspired. Once again, I do encourage listeners out there, if you are wanting to share any community service that you do, something that you do in the community that gives back to the community, or if listeners are out there wanting to share a story of something that happened where somebody actually was kind to them, please don't hesitate. You can call at 888-565-1470. Okay, I said that really slow because sometimes I speak fast, but I wanted to make sure you got that. It's 888-565-1470, and you can call in and share your stories about someone that has helped you or giving you hope or giving you inspiration. And we do have someone on the phone right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take a call and see who's calling in to share. Hello? Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Jesse, it's Char.
Hey, Charlie on. Nice for you to call in. As I was telling you earlier, I do artist development coaching for upcoming artists. And we happen to have one of the talented artists that I do coach on the phone. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great, great. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. What have you been up to?
I've just been practicing when I was in Haiti, and you know that.
Where were you?
Haiti.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were going out of Haiti, and what were you doing out there? Performing?
Yeah, we were staying in an orphanage, and we basically just brought Christmas to the orphanage for the less fortunate.
That is, who's we?
Me and my family.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you tell everybody how old you are?
I'm 16.
Okay, he is 16 years old, an upcoming artist. I'm so proud of him, not only because he's talented, but because for him and his family and him at that young age to go out there and give toys to the children in Haiti. How did it feel? Can you tell the listeners how that feels?
It felt amazing, honestly. Incredible experience to be able to see the look on the kids' faces when they got something as simple as just like a jump rope or anything, really. They got so excited, which really makes you think how much we take stuff for granted. It makes you really appreciate.
That is the truth. Every morning when we wake up, we should just be so thankful and count our blessings that we can even get up out of bed and breathe and see, and then when we're talented like Charlie on is, that we can get up and sing and play our guitars and play your keyboard, because he's a multifaceted performer. He sings, performs, plays piano, and well, I'm bragging about you just because I'm one of your coaches. I get to brag. And so what do you got going on right now? Are you working on something that we can let people know about?
Well, yeah, concert coming up pretty soon. Working on perfect originals, and I'm just really excited for this concert. I'm not.
You got a concert coming up? Is it open to the public? Can we get tickets?
We'll know more about it pretty soon, but if you want to know, you can just look on my social media, and I'll be having it on there when I find out.
Okay, and what is that? Because I don't know it by heart. How can people find out what's going on Facebook or Instagram? What are your social medias?
It is char_Leon, and then that's all of them. You can just look on Facebook, Instagram.
Excellent. And I know that you're writing and you're performing. You're always, doing something new, and we're so excited that, you're an upcoming artist ready to come out into the world, and I'm excited that I have that opportunity to coach you on a regular basis to see how you develop and how you come along. Anything you want to tell your possible new fans out there? Anything you want to say to inspire them? Anybody out there who's trying to do what you're doing, and at a young age, but you're already kind of getting started. Anybody who doesn't know and wants to get out there and do this, any inspirational words you have for them?
Just if you really want something, you got to go for it, man. You can't let anything stop you. You got to have that drive and passion. You can't let anything get in between it.
Thank you so much, Charlie On. That was Charlie On, upcoming new young talented artist, speaking straight from the heart. Thank you so much for calling in, and I will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that, that says a lot. That says a lot, not only for the young people of today, someone that young going out there, again, it's family values. I do know Charlie Ann's mom, Darcy, and she is a strong lady with a great sense of values and morals, and she inspires the whole family to just live the right way. So with good family, strong foundation, it's always, a wonderful thing. And even though, Charlie Ann's going into the music industry, I have a feeling that he's definitely going to be doing a lot of wonderful, wonderful things out there for the community. There's another young artist that I definitely want to mention. As a matter of fact, he's currently managed by Heavy Management, and his name is Aaron Salem. And if you get a chance, look on YouTube. He's a rapper. And the wonderful thing about Aaron is that even though he's a rapper, all his music has a positive message. He keeps it clean, and he still gets the message across. And it's not Disney. It's because, you think, okay, well, if he keeps it clean, well, is it Disney? No, it's not that it's Disney. It's that he sends a positive message without having to use profanity or words that not everybody are going to want to turn on and listen to on their radio. So, if you get a chance, check out his music, Aaron Salem. He's definitely, he's already there. Not upcoming. I think he's already coming. You just don't know about him. And he is definitely inspired by his team, his management team, Heavy Management, that is a strong believer in doing the right thing and sending a positive message to all and inspiring people with something that makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. So as we were talking earlier, love makes you feel good. Hope makes you feel good. Inspiration. And these are all things that you feel deep in your heart when you are speaking and you are feeling from the heart. There is definitely a sense of direction and clarity and purpose. And I can personally, speaking from my experiences, when I was young, just like Charlie on, when I was young, I picked up guitar at the age of 12. I was 12 years old. I picked up a guitar, and I remember that I said, I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference with what I do when I pick up a guitar. I want to say something. Say something. There I go, starting to sing. I want to say something that is going to make a difference to people, that's going to make them feel good. And so I've lived passionately with my music, through my music, helping others to express their music. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I think we're going to be going to commercial in just a few moments. Before we go to commercial, I was speaking about things that make you feel good. And I know that life cannot always be about feeling good. No, there's going to be moments when something happens and you're going, okay, how do I deal with this? And I have a very special way that I deal with those moments of stress, those moments of anxiety. And yes, I have them too, even though I'm here on the show talking about straight from the heart and being happy and love. So when those moments happen, I do something very special to me. And that works for me. Right after this commercial, we're going to bring on a guest that is going to talk about how she does this thing that I do and how she's a specialist and helps other people with that thing that helps me when I have a little stress going on. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP, the number 2.tv.
Pienso cada mañana cómo será el día de hoy, lo que me espera en cada paso que doy. Miro al espejo, sé lo que hay en mí, el mundo no sabe, por eso debo seguir, quiero seguir adelante.
Okay, well, we are back. I'm Jessi Campo, straight from the heart. And our guest is going to come up shortly. A lot of times what we do I like usually surprising guests with a call. Sometimes they don't know they're getting called. So usually we got to try and get a hold of them. So right now we're trying to get a hold of our guests. But as we're trying to get a hold of our guests, I definitely want to keep talking about things that are straight from the heart, things that bring you joy, things that make you feel great. One of the things that I think is sometimes really wonderful, and I got to talk about my dad. Every now and then I get a call from my daddy, and he'll call me and he'll say, I just called to say I love you. That's all he does. He leaves me a message with that, or I pick up the phone and he's singing that. And that just makes my heart swell up and makes my day go so fantastic. It's amazing how I feel after that. So every now and then, my dad does it to me, but every now and then, why don't you think about picking up that phone and calling your mom or your dad and just singing them something or saying, hey, I love you. They may not pick up the phone, but that wonderful feeling you leave them with is the same feeling I get every time my dad calls and says, I just called to say I love you. Okay, I think we have Kate on the phone. Okay, Kate, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Kate, we've got Kate Stifler on the phone, and she is Kate Yoga. Oops, I think I gave it away what it is. It takes away my stress. Oops, I let the cat out of the bag. But It's okay. This is Kate, everybody. Kate, please tell us what you do, how you help. I love yoga. I mean, it is one of my favorite things to do. It just makes me feel fantastic. And I want you to tell our listeners out there how you started, how you inspire others, and where you are so we can go take classes with you.
Absolutely. Well, my name is obviously Kate Stifler. I am the owner and the founder of Kate Yoga. In East Fort Lauderdale, we're in a city called Sea Ranch Lake. So it's a little bit north of downtown Fort Lauderdale. And I basically opened the studio about 5 years ago. I have 5 kids, and I basically found yoga.
Did you say you had 5 kids?
I do.
You have 5 kids, and you found a way to open a studio and teach yoga with 5 children?
Yes.
Wow.
I do. It's
wow.
my saving grace.
That's inspirational alone.
Yeah. People ask how I do it, and I have to say this is, I found it because I found it after I had my 4th baby, and I just needed somewhere to go during the day for just a little bit of time, just to take time for Kate. And I fell in love with the practice that it did for me on so many different levels, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all of it combined. And I just really fell in love with the practice.
Amen. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So then I just started getting trained in different methods and found different methodologies that I, kind of were more attracted to. I tend to be more attracted to more inspirational, transformational styles of yoga. My background, I do have a psychology degree in a bachelor's in psychology and a master's of social work. So
wow.
I wanted to kind of bring those elements into what I do, with my yoga practice. Now, obviously, in my teaching and in my training, I train teachers as well. But it all kind of flowed well together. I have a great job. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And
yay!
Changing lives. Inspiring others and making people happy. I love it.
Isn't it great to be able to do what we're passionate about and actually help others with it?
Absolutely.
It's a great...
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Me neither. I'm right there with you, Kate. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, I'm curious to find out, do you have like a particular story or a moment where you were able to transform or help someone, after a yoga session or during a couple of yoga sessions that like they just made a total turnaround and you saw it right before your eyes?
I see it a lot. I'll be honest with you. I was just going through some of my notes that I've gotten over the years before I got on this call with you today, and going through one that really kind of touched me deeply, and I was just reading it before I got on this phone call just now again, was one of my clients that comes down a couple times a year. She's from Michigan, and, I was reading this note that she was here last year on one of my classes, and she had a major breakthrough that she had lost one of her children, her third child. And a couple of years ago, she had lost this child. And, so every year they remember her at this certain time when she had passed on. And she had a lot of fear. She had a lot of fear after this had happened, worrying about her other children. And she made a major breakthrough in one of my classes last year, and she wrote me a beautiful card talking about how in that theme of my class that day, we must have been talking about facing fear and going past things that, maybe kind of out of our comfort zone. And
absolutely.
Really, I guess I must have inspired her, and she wrote a great note that, she had a major breakthrough, and now she has so much more lightness to her and just, less fear that she now kind of get out of her. She felt stuck for so many years.
That is wonderful. And, to make a change in someone's life like that is fantastic. Kate, you know what? We're going to be going soon, but I want to thank you for calling in. And I want to say that please keep up all this wonderful good work that you do in the community, helping others through inspiring them through yoga. Okay, Kate?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate it. Well, I hope the show's almost over. This show goes by so quickly. I hope we left you wanting more. This next song is also one of my songs. It's called You Leave Me Wanting More. Remember, the glass is always half full. And if you get lemons, make lemonade. And remember that straight from the heart, inspire, give hope to others, give love to others. I'm Jessi Campo, saying straight from the heart. Thank you for listening to the show.
Just like a queen. I wish wish we had more time to be together.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily